they looked at it as a joke. Well, they would say, hey, you guys have gone to play, it's okay. So that's the impression they had in their minds. My name is Ntembedenis, alias or stage name Dietrich Parker 14. N is the 14th letter in the alphabet. So that is why I actually chose 14, because identity, I think, to me is one of the key things. I'm a professional choreographer. I have been dancing professionally for now 5 years. We had a lot of influence from soccer, because I started in soccer. You score a goal and maybe you do like one dance move and the crowd goes wild. Slowly into watching music videos of Chris Brown, watching Michael Jackson. I did a lot of cramp for a very good time. I love the way they use energy to tell messages and create all these interesting shapes and body formations. And I really loved that they incorporated a big music star who at that time was one of my inspirations. So all the dots kept on connecting. And then after watching that, here I am trying to look who in Uganda knows this style, and I'm not seeing so many people until I got to meet a friend of mine who is the founder of Cramp UG, CB, or Crusher Bones. At that point, I loved that he was far ahead of me in the art of cramp, because now there it gave me that light of, so Ugandans can actually handle this, because there's a lot of stereotype at that time that these are not Ugandan dances, these are whites, but seeing a Ugandan do it gave me the first hope. So that's when I went back into my zone of, okay, let me go on internet and look for how do you learn cramp, step one, and yeah. With H2C, we like to put purpose to dance, and this is the reason why I would say I dance mainly for change. Now, our dance class is mainly to help people to let loose of their strenuous things in their lives. It could be you're stressed from work, it could be you're heartbroken, it could be you've lost a parent, you need somewhere to let off that steam. So that's why we called it Let Loose. So that is the purpose of it. Even when we are teaching, we make sure people, it's not even about the move, we make sure people are in that mood to just let loose and release all that stress. If you have a dance piece that's purposeful, all the right people that will see that piece will start to value it, and then from that value is where money will start coming. And then also the fun that you want to have also keeps, so it's a chain, but the most important thing about it is the purpose, because if you don't have the purpose, that's the step one of getting lost, because that's where people will now look into fame, or they need direction. So for me personally, it's purpose and change that I really put a lot of emphasis on whenever I'm dancing. The purpose of H2C comes from the name, Here to Change. And one of the programs that I had spoken about that is driving change, one is the dance class called Let Loose. Then the second one is called the Dance Drive with H2C. Now, information that guides growth in our industry is very scarce. We do host people. We're looking at getting people from other fields, because the information we lack, other fields have. So we keep trying to get those people from other industries to tell us how their industries operate, and then we borrow leaves from them, and that's the main purpose for Dance Drive. And we are so happy that some dancers are picking up to it, because it takes time. Since it's a new program we have started, so it takes time. People are still picking onto it, Then also our country has a data issue, so you take them slowly by slowly, but it's growing. So music videos in my dance career have been very key. I've done so many, quite a number. So an artist, he as an artist, he comes, he knows his budget in his head. So he looks for a way to trick you into either lowering your price or undervaluing yourself. It's been a real hard fight because it's a learning process. There's no guide and book to say, okay, at the time we were starting, there was no guide of this is the right price supposed to charge. No. So you had to go through the first stage of being given the platform, which is a very important step that people minimize these days a lot, but it's important because you need to first see how important that platform is before you get to value that. You need to also do your best to be valued at a price. I found myself venturing into videography and more of film because I was more invested in it compared to music videos. I find film more interesting because there's a lot that it's more expressive, and I feel it's a growing industry that's bigger than music that I would want to really be part of. So my family is one of the things I think I always thank God for, because I wouldn't say they were supportive. It was more of they looked at it as a joke where they would say, hey, you guys have gone to play, it's okay. I also kept showing them that yes, I can do the dance and also study properly without having things like repeating a class or retaking. And that was a very, I think for me, that is where they actually agreed that, okay, you can do your dance and also study. It's not how they thought it was, that you're in the club touching women, what? So that's the impression they had in their mind. So it cleared them. Then they said, okay, keep dancing, but just make sure you're earning from it, and also you're studying and having plans for other things. That is where they actually gave the green light, and most people ignore that step. It is hard, it's not easy, because dance requires a lot, even education requires a lot, but there's always a way to do the two together.